If you're a mom of a middle schooler and you can see anxiety slowly creeping into your child's heart, maybe from bullying, exclusion, or harsh words, today's episode will show you one decision King David made in Psalm 3 that silenced the voices around him. And I'm going to show you a simple daily shift you can teach your tween to make before they even get out of bed that anchors their identity in God instead of opinions around them. Welcome to the Faith Mom Mentor, the podcast for moms who want more than surface level faith for themselves and their kids. I'm Ann, and if you're a mom who feels unsure where to start spiritually, worries you're not teaching your kids enough, and wants a calmer, more confident faith at home, you're in the right place. Here we cut through the noise and get grounded in truth. Each episode helps you know God deeply, teach your tween faithfully, and build a home that feels strong, steady, and Christ-centered even in the middle school years. If you're ready to stop guessing, start leading with confidence, and grow a faith your family can actually live out, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Faith Mom Mentor. Middle school is a season where identity is forming. Your child walks into school each day surrounded by voices, friends, classmates, social media, comments that stick longer than they should. Maybe someone says something cruel. Maybe a friend shuts them out. Maybe they start believing things like, I'm not enough. I don't belong. No one really cares about me. You see the anxiety forming and you see the hesitation. You see their confidence beginning to shrink. But underneath the anxiety, there is often a deeper spiritual issue. Anxiety often begins with a belief that there is no help, no protection, no hope. And that is exactly the lie David faced in Psalm chapter 3. In verse 2, David says the people around him were saying there is no help for him in God. Imagine hearing that everywhere you turn, not even God can help you. You are beyond rescue. That kind of voice traps the mind. It drains courage. It paralyzes the heart. But David made a powerful decision. Instead of letting those voices define him, he anchored his mind in the truth about God. And in Psalm 3, we see three powerful declarations that silence the voices around him. David heard the voice saying there is no help for him in God. But then he says something powerful. He says, but you, Lord, that one word, but, changed everything. David refused to let the crowd define his future. He decided that God's voice would have authority over his mind. And this is one of the most important spiritual lessons we can teach our tweens, because whoever you listen to becomes your authority. Think about the voices your child hears every day. You're weird, you don't belong, you're not enough. If those voices become the authority in your child's mind, those words turn into beliefs, and those beliefs begin producing anxiety. So the first question your tween must answer is this: who gets to define me? People or God? David made his decision. He chose to let God's voice rule his mind. In Psalm chapter 3, verse 3, David said, but you, Lord, are a shield around me. A shield protects. A shield absorbs from attack. David understood something important. The enemies were real. The battle was real. But God stood between him and the attack. And this is powerful for a child experiencing bullying or pressure, because sometimes the most painful part is not the words, it's the feeling that no one is protecting me. But David refused to believe that lie. He declared, God surrounds me. God sees every word spoken. God sees every moment of pressure. And your tween needs to know this. They do not walk into school alone. God surrounds them. God stands between them and the voices attacking them. When a child understands that truth, fear begins to lose its grip. And Faith Mom, if you want to go deeper in learning how to guide your child spiritually during these middle school years, I want to share a free resource. It's called the Reclaim Your Role as a Godly Influence in Your Middle Schooler's Life. It is an ebook. This guide will help you see the simple ways your influence shapes your child's faith every day. You can download it using the link in the show notes. David continues in Psalm 3, "You are my glory and the lifter of my head." God was David's glory, which means God defined David's worth and identity. And David said, God is the lifter of his head. When shame pushes your head down, God lifts it back up. When fear weighs you down, God restores courage. When voices label you, God reminds you who you truly are. If you have ever seen a child being bullied, you can recognize it physically. Their shoulders drop, their head lowers, they feel ashamed. But David says God does something different. God lifts your head. God restores your dignity. God restores courage. And this is one of the most powerful truths you can teach your tween. Your identity does not come from classmates, not popularity, not performance, not social media. Your identity comes from the God who created you. And if you want to understand how worship and wisdom work together to protect your family spiritually, I encourage you to listen to episode 20. Worship and Wisdom, How Psalm 1 Protects Your Family. In that episode, we talk about how delighting in God's Word becomes a powerful form of protection for your child's thinking. Before David faced the battle, before he faced the enemy, before he faced the voices, he turned his heart toward the Lord. And here is a simple practice you can teach your tween before they even get out of bed each morning. Teach them to pray something like this: Lord, today you are my master. I will listen to your voice. You are my shield. You surround me. You are my glory. You define who I am. And you are the lifter of my head. You give me courage today. That simple prayer anchors the mind in truth. Before the voices of the world begin speaking, when God defines your child first, the battle is already shifting. This week, try something simple before school. Before the rush of the morning, take 30 seconds. Read Psalm chapter 3, verse 3 together with your tween. Then ask your child one question: who gets to define you today? People or God? Small daily habits build steady faith. When your child learns to hear the voice of God, all the other voices begin losing their power, and the voice of God gives them courage. Faith Mom, it is my privilege to walk alongside you as you guide your child to know God deeply. Before you go, remember this: you are doing sacred work as you nurture faith in your home, and it matters more than you realize. Thank you for choosing to spend this time growing stronger and steadier in truth. If today helped you take one more step forward, head to lifeandpeaceministries.com for simple faith-filled resources designed to support you as you know God deeply and teach your tween faithfully, including Faith Mom t-shirts and ways to connect for speaking and faith mentoring. You can also help another mom by following the show, leaving a quick review, or sharing this episode with somebody who needs encouragement right now. Until next time, keep leading with faith. Your faithfulness is shaping a legacy.